So hello everybody, welcome to channel Toppers Area. Today we'll be learning chapter number 2 of Civics Directive Principles of State Policy. So let us begin without wasting any time. In this chapter we'll be learning about principles relating to economic equality, Gandhian principles, principles relating to law, justice and administrations, principles for international peace, miscellaneous principles, directive principles, and fundamental rights. So let us begin with the chapter. Okay, so the major challenges faced by our country are poverty, illiteracy, backwardness, unemployment, and ignorance in many fields. These problems cause hindrance to the prosperity of our country. So, what does hindrance mean? The act of making it difficult for someone to do something. So, due to these challenges, sorry, uh, our country has many problems like poverty, then illiteracy, backwardness. So, backwardness means not getting employment, or you can say we are uh, backward in some fields, okay, unemployment and ignorance in many fields. So these problems cause a problem, these challenges cause some difficulty for our country. Our country, our country's constitution makers realized this, so they suggested some guidelines or directives. So, directives are some instructions given by the government uh, to overcome such situations and improve the condition of their countrymen. Okay, the directive principles of state policy are the principles which has been laid down by the Indian Constitution for the government to keep in mind while making of or executing the laws. The directive principles are given in the part 4 of the Constitution of India. The idea of directive principles was taken from the Irish Constitution. So it was the directive principles means the instructions for our country were taken from the Irish Constitution. The constitution makers were also inspired by the rights mentioned in the US Constitution and France's Declaration of the Rights of Man. So, some part or some uh, rights were also taken from the US Constitution and France's Declaration of the Rights of Man means what a man, what a person, what an individual can do in a country. So these principles aim to establish a welfare state. So what is a welfare state? A system in which the government takes care of welfare of citizens. Means citizens are being taken care, means the government takes care of the welfare, means the daily needs of the citizens. Uh, these principles aim to establish a welfare state, which means that it tries to ensure maximum benefit to the maximum number of people. They are not justiciable in nature. That means they are not legally enforceable by the courts for their violation. So let us continue now. The objectives of a welfare state are removing inequalities, like if there is one, uh, what you can say, a village in which there are people for the village who control it means they control the village. So the higher level people of the village and the lower people, if they do any inequality, the higher people to the lower people, it is justiciable. So that means that the lower people in the village will get justice for the violation that happens, removing inequalities and economic disparities. Disparity means a very big or a great difference, and providing equal opportunities to everyone. The main directive principle of the state policy can be classified under these heads. So we'll be learning about them. So let us start with the first. Principles relating to economic equality. These relate to the establishment of a socialist society. So, what does a socialist mean? It is a government which has political system based on socialism. So, let us continue. The government should strive to reduce inequalities in income so that wealth is not concentrated in the hands of a few people. Here they mean to say that government should uh, try to reduce inequalities in income, means there should be no difference, or it shouldn't be uh, desperate with the wealth that is in hands of a few people. There should be no discrimination between men and women regarding their education and employment. Men and women should get equal pay for equal work. Working conditions in mills and factories, offices, etc., should be such that workers do not suffer hardship. Economic and moral exploitation of children should be stopped by the state. So, the working conditions means the facility should be good for that to work for the workers, so that they do not suffer a lot of pain doing their work. So there should be no child labor to be used for by the state, and if used, it should be stopped. The government should make laws to ensure that every citizen gets employment and an adequate wage. The state should provide relief to the elderly, the sick, and the disabled. So, here they say that the government should make equal laws to ensure that all the citizens of the country should get employment in any sector, and also a good wage. Okay, means they should get wage, because uh, sometimes what happens, you do a job but they do not give the amount, so it should be given by the government. And then we have the Gandhian principles, or principles relating to social equality and educational uplift. So here they say about children, about the education of the children. Okay, so these principles are also referred to as Gandhian principles. There should be compulsory and free education for all children up to the age of 14. So there should be no child that is being uneducated. The state shall put an end to exploitation of the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. What does a scheduled tribe mean? An indigenous people officially regarded as socially disadvantaged. And all other socially as well as economically backward sections of the society. There should be no exploitation of the tribes and other social as well the economic backwardness of the particular society, or you can say the village or any area. There should be provision as to use of intoxicating drinks and other drugs. So there should be an prohibitive law so that there is no use of intoxicating drinks and other drugs. Promotion of cottage industries and handcrafts in village. So what it will do, it will improve the employment of the people. They will get some wages so they can use it for their daily needs. The state shall take steps to organize village panchayat as units of self-government. So let us move to the next principle, that is principles relating to law, justice and administration. The judiciary should be separated from the executive. So we all know the three parts of the court, which is the judiciary, executive, and the supreme. So, what executive is? They have given the meaning right here. The organ of a government that is responsible for putting decisions or laws into effect. So, judiciary should be separated, means the laws should be separated from the executive. The judges of the Supreme Court and the High Courts should be free from the influence of the executive wing of the government. Now I told you here. The institution of the Panchayati Raj shall be revived in the state so that the political and administrative power is decentralized. Principles for international peace means the way we trade with international countries. So, for that, what principles should be followed? So, they are the state should conduct its foreign affairs in such a way that friendly and cordial relations are established with other countries of the world. Special efforts should be made to foster respect for international law. So, what does foster mean? Foster means to promote the respect for the international countries, the international laws. The state shall favor and encourage international peace and security through diplomatic channels. Diplomatic channels means official lines of communication between countries through their diplomats. Diplomats are the people who talk in such a way so that they can convince the people in you can say formal way. Okay, so let's talk about the miscellaneous principles. Every citizen of India should respect the cultural heritage of the country and protect historical monuments and buildings. So, we all, the citizens of India, should always respect our heritage and protect it. There should be a uniform system of civil and criminal laws in the country. The laws must be equally applicable to all people, whether rich or poor, high or low, educated or illiterate. So there should not be any inequality happening in rich or poor people, or high or low people, and educated and illiterate people. So they should get equal punishments, you can say, to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forests and wildlife of the country. So we should protect the forests of our country animals are so that animals are not harmed. Directive principles and fundamental rights. The directive principles of state policy are also made for the well being of the citizens, just as the fundamental rights. But there is a major difference between both fundamental rights and directive principles. Directive principles are meant as guidelines for future policies. They are in the form of agenda for the future. So means directive principles are mainly for a good future. So the fundamental rights are meant for citizens. They give the citizens a certain claim from the state. If there is violence of any fundamental rights of a person, then he can move to the court for its protection, but directive principles don't get such protection from law courts. This is the chapter at a glance. So thank you for staying with us till the end of the video. Till then, bye.